guys, and welcome back to my channel again. So for those of you who don't watch my channel for Slimming World updates, I am sorry that this is two back to back, but I actually tried to film another video yesterday and it was a disaster basically. Everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. So I'm going to try and film that again after this, and hopefully that will be up on Sunday, but I wanted to make sure I was getting my Slimming World updates on time on a Friday. So this week has been another really good week. I have thoroughly enjoyed it. I cannot tell you how much I am loving Slimming World. It is just the easiest plan to follow. Like, once you know it, and it's just so easy, and I'm just loving it. Like, cooking everything from scratch, it's just making me feel so much better. Like I said last week, even if I hadn't have lost weight yet, I would be feeling amazing. But I have, and I've had another really good loss this week, and I have lost another 4.5 pounds. So that is making me 9.5 pounds lighter in 2 weeks, which I am absolutely over the moon about. Could not ask for anything better. Yeah, I'm just really hoping I can stick with it. That's my main issue with Slimming World. If I'm following it properly, I do have quite good losses and I do lose the weight fairly easily. It's just actually sticking to it is my problem. If I have kind of a couple of days where I'm off plan, I tend to just lose it altogether and don't go back to it and just think like, oh well, I've messed it up now, let's just mess it up forever, and then just like pile on the weight. So that's not going to happen this time. I am going to stick to this. Yes I am. And I'm going to reach my target. It feels even more doable now. Like, 9.5 pounds in 2 weeks is incredible. Like, in another 2 weeks I could have got my 1 stone award. Like, obviously if I was going to a group I would have got my half a stone award this week, which in 2 weeks is amazing. I'm so happy. So just to tell you how this week has been, again, I've been cooking from scratch. I've been following my meal plan, although last night I did go off-piste on the meal plan for the first time, which I still completely stuck to plan with what I made, so, you know, in that sense it was totally fine, but I don't want to get into the habit of not having what's on the meal plan. We buy ingredients specific for that meal plan, so I don't want to be wasting food, I don't want to be wasting money, but also I think then it's danger for extra sins and kind of hidden things to creep in when you've not planned it out properly. So I'm going to try and not do that. I just really didn't fancy what was on the menu last night, and we'd had such a nice tea on Wednesday. I made a Slimming World curry and I had such a nice tea that was just really made me even less fancy what was on the menu for Thursday. So went off piste, but in a good way, and it was really worth it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So today is Friday, and tonight me and Andrew are going on a date night. We're going out to eat. I'm gonna try, and it's funny with eating out because I am not willing to go out and pay good money for a salad that I wouldn't choose to eat at home, but if I did choose to eat it at home I could perfectly easily make it myself. Like, it's a salad, isn't it? So I'm not willing to pay for that, but I'm gonna try and stick to plan as best I can. I think we're just going to Zzz's, so I'm gonna do the best I can. I've had a look at the menu already. I think that's a really good tip. If you're doing Slimming World and you're worried about eating out, read the menu before you go, decide what you're gonna have, and don't even look at it when you're there. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have another look this afternoon, decide what I want, and then I'm not even gonna look at the menu when we get there, because it's so easy to be like, oh well, I'm here so I'll just get a pizza, or like I'll just get like loads of bread and stuff. So I'm going to try and steer away from that, and I think I'm going to get either like a tomato based pasta or the risotto looks really nice, so I'm thinking one of those. We're also going to the cinema, so I'm going to take my own cinema snacks so that I don't get drawn in by all the naughty things like nachos. I love nachos. So for the cinema tonight I'm going to have this little bag of Butterkiss popcorn that's just under 4 sins, and it's all measured out for you so there is no risking going over. And I'm also going to take 2 hi-fi bars, which will be my Healthy Extra B choice. I had never tried these before. I don't know how I've been doing Slimming World on and off for like 4 or 5 years. I never had a hi-fi bar, but I had my first one last night. I tried the Choc Orange hi-fi bar, and oh my god, they're amazing. I thought they were just going to be like a dry old cereal bar that you have because you're desperate and you want something to eat. But oh my god, it was delicious. So I really enjoyed that. And what my friend did the other week was that she cut her hi-fi bars up into tiny little pieces when she went to the cinema and put them in a bag, so she could kind of mix them with the popcorn and pick them out. And I think I'm going to do that. I think that's a really good idea to make them last a little bit longer and feel like they're going a bit further. Also, apparently there's solid caramel hi-fi bars coming out soon, which I'm very, very excited about. I love solid caramel. I don't go to a group, so I actually had to order those on eBay. You can't get the hi-fi bars out of groups as far as I'm aware. If you know otherwise, please let me know. But I couldn't find any on Amazon or anything. I'm pretty sure you can only get them in groups, so I ordered them on eBay. They ended up being slightly more expensive, but definitely worth it after tasting one. One thing I am actually going to do this week as well, which I've seen quite a few people do on Instagram. Again, if you're not following me on Instagram, my Slimming World Instagram is at SlimWorldBecca. I also have a normal one at Becca Cott, so please come along and follow me on there. But yeah, what I've seen a lot of people doing on Instagram is they have like a treat drawer, and then they get a permanent marker, and on everything in the treat drawer they write the sins on. I think that is a great idea, because otherwise you're kind of spending ages trying to figure out how many sins everything is, and you know, if you just want to grab something fast, that's when it's easy to be like, oh, I'll guess how many sins that is, and you can be completely wrong. So yeah, I'm going to do a treat drawer this week. I'm not a big snacker when I'm on Slimming World, to be honest. It is very, very rare. You're allowed between 10 and 15 sins every day, and it's very rare I use more than 5, to be honest. I really, when it comes to snacks, I'm all or nothing. Like, one packet of crisps or one little bar of chocolate is going to do nothing for me. I want the whole 6-pack of crisps, or I will have nothing. But it's really important that you do use your sins, so I'm going to try and, you know, treat myself every now and again. It's about learning to have everything in moderation, so I think it's really important that I do try to have my sins and try and stick to my sins. I had one hi-fi bar last night and I'd already had my healthy extra B, so that was 3 sins, and I could have happily eaten about 10 more, but I made myself stick at one, and I had some grapes and I felt really good for it. I did feel like I'd had a treat, but I didn't feel disappointed in myself that I'd gone overboard. So before I leave it here for this video, I thought I would quickly show you a few other things that I have been eating this week that I've really enjoyed, or a few little things I've picked up that I thought you might be interested in. So as I mentioned in the end of last week's video, I love a hot chocolate, so I bought this 30-pack of Options hot chocolates. Each little sachet is 2 sins, and there's no sort of guesstimating how much a teaspoon actually is, or, you know, it's all weighed out for you. You know exactly how much you're having. You're not tempted to go over and just sneak that little bit in, because they are the bits that make a difference, and you're having extra sins without counting them. So I got a 30-pack of these. You can just mix them with water, or you can use some of your healthy allowance of milk, or you can sin it if you want to. So I grabbed those. I also got this Jordan Skinny Syrups salted caramel syrup, which is 0 calories, 0 sugar, 0 sin. And yeah, I'm loving this. I put it in my hot chocolate to make a salted caramel hot chocolate. It's completely sin-free, so you can put as much or as little in as you want. And I also put it in my baked oats yesterday. Yesterday I made the most incredible baked oats. They were banana and peanut butter baked oats, and I put a little bit of salted caramel syrup in, and they were delicious, literally. I'm not a big breakfast person. It's really bad I don't have breakfast a lot of mornings, but these were incredible, and this is lovely. It's a bit artificial sweet, as you would expect for something sin-free and with 0 sugar in, but it's lovely. I would definitely recommend this. One thing I wouldn't recommend is the Skinny Syrup caramel foam topping that I mentioned last week. This is probably me being really naive and massively wishful thinking, but I was thinking this was going to be like an amazing luxurious whipped cream for on top of my hot chocolate. It's really not. It's literally like foam that is the most artificially sweet thing you've ever tasted in your life. I will not be having this on my hot chocolate again. I might try putting it in baked toast or something and see how that goes down, but on hot chocolate that was not for me. If you like coffee, maybe that could work, but I don't drink coffee, so I couldn't tell you, but for me it was a bit of a thumbs down, to be honest. Last couple of bits I wanted to show you are kind of savoury bits that I've been using for meals. If you're doing Slimming World, I'm sure you have all heard of this a million times, but this is the Mayflower curry sauce, which you can get from B&M in the UK, and it is incredible. I think it's like I'm doing this from memory, so this could be wrong, but I think about 23 grams of the powder mixed up with water is 4 sins. And literally it is exactly like the curry sauce you get at the Chinese. It's amazing. And sometimes if you just want a little snack, you could just make some Slimming World chips, which are completely sin-free, and just dip them in your curry sauce. Like, love that. I think it's about £1 for a box, and that will get you so many servings. It's ridiculous. So that is amazing. If you've not tried it, I would 100% recommend that. And the last thing I have to show you are these Linda McCartney vegetarian pulled pork burgers. These are 1 sin each. I had these last night. This is what I bought because I didn't fancy what we had on the meal plan, and these are incredible. I've been a vegetarian my whole life, so I have never had pulled pork. I can't tell you if this tastes like pulled pork, but Andrew did have one as well, and he really, really liked it and said it did have quite a meaty texture to it. They're just amazing. They're 1 sin each, if I didn't mention. You get 2 in a box, and these were so good. I absolutely loved them. I just used like lettuce to make like a lettuce bun rather than having bread. Put tomato on there. I used my healthy extra A allowance of cheese to make a bit of a cheeseburger, and we made loads of Slimming World chips, and it felt like a really, really naughty tea, but it was literally 1 sin. They also do a pulled chicken. And they also do a shredded duck, which I've not been able to find yet, and I'm not sure on the sin values, but I'm 100% going to be chasing those down when we do our food shopping Asda next week. So guys, I think that is everything for this video. Short and sweet, £9.50 off in 2 weeks. I'm feeling fabulous for it. I'm hoping for another good loss next week, apart from tonight's meal. I don't think anything's really going to get in the way. We are actually unintentionally doing dry January this month, as some of you may know. This is my first cycle on Clomid, and we want to give it our everything and make sure we've done everything we possibly can do to try and conceive this month. So no alcohol has been passing either of our lips. I love a glass of wine, or I love a glass of Prosecco on the weekend, so yeah, that will definitely be helping because alcohol is so high sin, and I seem to have this thing in my head where if it's liquid there are no sins involved, and that is definitely not the case. So that will definitely be helping. Yeah, so that's it for this week really. I think that's everything. If you have any questions or comments or anything, please leave them down below, and I will see you all in my next update. Bye guys!